Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of personal financial literacy, fixed and variable expenses. This is standard 4.10a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 17 off the 2018 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a table here showing we've got two people here, Sheldon and Jenna. They're paying for their electricity in their apartments each month. And so take a look at what Sheldon paid right here in this middle column. $89.99 all the way down. And then Jenna's obviously changes a little bit here. It goes all the way up. Looks like our greatest is $130.45 and our smallest here is $87.21. Now, we need to make a statement that is true about Sheldon and Jenny's electricity, and you're going to notice that we've got these terms here, fixed expense, and we've got variable expense. So that's really what we're looking at, are the differences between fixed and variable. So let's first define that, and then we'll see how we can apply that to Sheldon and Jenna's electricity bills. So when something is fixed, we're not talking about something that's broken. That's another definition for the word fixed. But when something is fixed, in this sense, we're talking about something that stays the same. So if something is a fixed expense, it stays the same, stays constant. So I'll put that down here as another synonym here, constant. So for example, there are many adults that have car payments. So let me give you an example here. So most car payments are going to be fixed expenses, because what you do is you take the total amount of the car. So let's say a car costs $25,000, and then after you get a little bit of tax and title and license and all of that, you take your total amount, and then it all depends on how long you're going to finance it. So typically it's going to be 5 or 6 years. So let's say 6 years. So 6 years, there's 12 months in a year, so that's going to be 72 months. And so what we do is we just take our total amount, $25,000, we divide it by how many months there are, 72, and that's our monthly payment. And then we've got a little bit of interest fixed into that, but whatever our total amount is, we just divide it by the total number of months we're going to finance it for. So in this example, 72 months, that's a fixed expense, because every single month you can count on your amount being the same. Now, a variable expense is different. It changes. So it changes month to month. And for many people, a good example of that is going to be groceries. Now, it might be fairly close every single month. It's not going to be like a huge variation, but it's not like you just pay $200 a month, you get all your groceries. You have to go to the grocery store, you have to buy them, pay for them, and they change based on what groceries you buy that month. And so let's take a look at our two people here. So Sheldon here looks like he's got something called, it's actually a very good idea when you grow up if you can get it, it's called average bill pay. So as average bill pay, he's got a deal worked out with his electric company where he is going to take his whole year, he's going to average that out, and he's going to pay that average amount every single year, so his bills don't change. They are fixed. Whereas Jenna just pays whatever the electric bill is for that month, right? So typically our electricity goes mainly towards air conditioning if we're in Texas. So take a look. As the summer comes along, look how it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And June is the biggest because it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter, whereas it's coldest in February, so that's where it's lowest. So if this were to continue, July and August would be much, much higher. So those variable. So let's see. Only Sheldon's electricity was a fixed expense. Yeah, Sheldon was fixed. That's good. Jenna's electricity was fixed. Nope, it was variable because it changed. Both Sheldon's electricity and Jenna's were variable. Nope, Sheldon's was fixed, and they were not